Team USA all the way.
Belmo?
Come on, Australia's got to be a dark.
Kyle?
America.
America. Attaboy. Well done, Kyle Troop. You've learned how to say America properly. Time now for your Ebonite flashback. Back on January 6th, the real deal, Bill O'Neill taking on Jacob Buttriff at the PBA Hall of Fame Classic, first event of the season. Buttriff failing to convert the 4-7 in the ninth. O'Neill comes through, captures his first singles title in 4 years. And then at the World Series of Bowling in the Scorpion Championship, our other finalist, Chris Prather, took care of this guy named Kyle Troop, Bill O'Neill, and then BJ Moore in the title match to earn his first PBA career title. Rob Stone, Randy Peterson, Jason Belmonte, and come on, man, Kyle Troop.
I can't even handle it.
You're above those classes, man. The
These
shark
are nice
classes
shark
are out.
classes.
Look, the shark was a big story, obviously, in game number 1 of this, and so much of the conversation is going to be on what transpired in that 10th frame. We had a lot to talk about until the 10th came up. Let's take a quick look back at how the 10th transpired. And Chris Prather in the 10th leaves the 3, 4, 6, 7, 10 after this strike right here, and we're saying to ourselves, all right, we're in all kinds of trouble. But when he picked that conversion up, Belmo, what did you say to yourself?
Well, he's obviously went through some transition between that and a couple of errant shots. That first shot in the 10th was where he wanted to throw it. He was happy with that shot. It overhooked, left a difficult spare, regrouped, made that spare, and then still needed that next shot in the 10th to force Bill to get all 3 in the 10th. He made another move. He moved another couple of boards further left, slowed his speed down, and had a much better angle of entry into the pocket.
Other side of the house here at Bayside Bowl, Prather and O'Neill going through warm-ups right now. After that conversion, the strike, and then Billy O had to strike out Kyle in the 10th, was able to get the first, but not the second. What did you see from Bill O'Neill through the course of that kind of up and down first game from him?
I definitely feel like Bill is definitely seeing transition more than he did yesterday. Obviously, when he was bowling Sean was right of him, and now today, Prather had a little more rev rate, playing further left. So he's seen a lot of transition. He might be seeing a ball change next game, and but he's smart enough. He's been in this position many times, and I'm sure he'll make the adjustments.
Can I tell you what I saw? I saw Bill O'Neill struggling with timing and struggling to repeat shots. And that's where, when you see left and right misses, usually it's a timing thing. And when we interviewed Bill at the start of the championship a couple of days ago, he said, hey, I went back home and I worked with Dad, and we just worked on one thing, and that was my push away. Because when my push away gets bad, or when it gets late, I get steep, and then my misses are both left and right. You know his game as well as maybe his dad does. What did you see?
Look, the truth is, Bill didn't bowl a good game. You know, he had 3 really bad shots. Why that was, the environment, the moment, you know, there's a lot probably going on right now. I think he's going to fall back to basics, do that push away that he wants to do. But ultimately, you don't have time in a one-game match to throw 3 bad shots. Now, he still had a chance. He got a little lucky in the fact that he tripped a 2-pin, which he was then able to capitalize on top of. But you can't expect that's going to happen again. So for Bill to get back into this, he's going to have to fall into that comfort zone immediately.
And Bill O'Neill now, guys, in a must-win situation just to force that roll-off. Bill standing by live right now with Kimberly.
Thanks, Rob. So, Bill, you struggled a little bit at the top of that match, but then you found your stride, but you needed strikes in the 10th. What happened?
I threw the one in the 11th really good. You know, I think I got a little bit of benefit yesterday from Sean playing right of me, made that spot hook a little bit more than Chris is doing. So I'm going to have to make a ball change on the right lane and just keep making shots like I did in the 10th.
Well, you were still not out of this, and your buddy Jason Belmonte just said that you need to get comfortable. So what do you got to do to make that happen?
Yeah, you know, when I get going bad, I rush the first couple of steps. So I just got to, go through my process, take deep breaths and just relax and slow down a little bit.
All right, we'll let you get back to this practice.
Thank you.
Rob?
Kimberly, thank you. Kyle, when you're in a situation like that, what do you do to get back to the basics and calm yourself down?
The one thing that I think of, and I hear that from my tour rep, I believe he's probably hearing the same thing, focus on your process and stay in the moment. focus on your pre-shot routine, whatever it is. Try and calm yourself.
How difficult, though, is it to stay in the moment in this type of venue with that paycheck looming over your head?
I mean, not only the environment adds to the pressure, but then the 100,000 as well, and it's a big moment. I mean, this is probably one of the biggest moments of both of these guys' career. And the one other quick point that I did want to make is I'm scared if I'm Bill O'Neill, because that split conversion, momentum, that's the one word I can think is momentum, and it's all on Prather's side right now.
Let's take a look at our game summary, courtesy of Strike Track, and how these two fared up going head to head. Anything that jumps out to you early, Randy?
Well, yeah, it's the little wider path going to the pocket for O'Neill, and those were the errant misses that Jason spoke about. Prather was much more accurate and made better shots in game one.
Look, Bill mentioned that he wants to change ball in the right lane, and for me, for him to get into that comfort zone, knowing his game as well as I do, it's all about ball reaction. If he believes he's throwing the right ball, that he believes that when he lets it go, it's going to strike, all of those processes, all of those push-aways and his timing, it just falls back into place immediately. So it's going to be a big first few frames for Bill O'Neill.
Another factor, this is a massively long break for two guys to sit and warm up over there and then come over here to the big house with the big money on the line. Be very interesting to see how these two guys react to the time break. And game two between Prather and O'Neill on the way. Also, an interview with the commissioner, Tom Clark, who's got some big news about the PBA playoffs for next year.
If only there was a place nearby you could get one of these. Or these. Good thing they're sold literally everywhere business is done. I'm pretty sure you could buy them at a bank. Not sorry.
I just bought a Gucci belt, now I'm flexing. Check the wrist, check the clover on my necklace. Getting money, but I'm not getting the attention. Dropping Lambo when I'm dropping the suspension. I just bought a Gucci belt, now I'm flexing. Check the wrist, check the clover on my necklace. Getting money, but I'm not getting the attention. Dropping Lambo when I'm dropping the suspension. I just caught the Gucci belt, time to flex. I need me some jewelry, I ain't got no time to rest. You don't know about until you're running in the laps. Watch me switch my ice, I feel like pump cause I'm up next. Oh, you tryna take my spot, don't know you shouldn't do. Black and white's a boomer fool, Calvin Klein on Fruit of Loom. Chew it up, spit it up, big ol' bug go hit 'em up. Bitches, they can't stick to us, pussies, they can't keep with us. Taking off, no astronaut, pull up and I blast the spot. You know I get cash a lot, that's your chick, I smash a lot. I don't even check the price, I swipe, she ride the dick like a bike. Shut out the crib for the night, people that see in the light. You little broke ass, hey, to get your cash up. I was chillin' right before I got a spaz hot. Rockin' vaping Gucci gang, I don't match up. I be passing all these rappers, they can't catch up. I just bought a Gucci belt, now I'm flexing. Check the wrist, check the clover on my necklace. Getting money, but I'm not getting the attention. Dropping Lambo when I'm dropping the suspension. I just bought a Gucci belt, now I'm flexing. Check the wrist, check the clover on my necklace. Getting money, but I'm not getting the attention. Got the Lambo when I'm dropping the suspension. Gucci gang, Gucci, going to the movies. I ain't take her cause that little thought that she a groupie. Getting on his head, Judge Judy. I ain't let her in the house and now they thought she moody. You can't stop me, teriyaki, I'm too saucy. I'm just flossing, now we bossing. This the line, don't never cross it, When you see me take a pic, it be worth it. Cause when you see me next, more water than your shower curtain. I just bought a Gucci belt, now I'm flexing. Check the wrist, check the clover on my necklace. Getting money, but I'm not getting the attention.
FS1, and the Fox Sports app.
At historic Pebble Beach. Have you ever played there?
No.
I have had the opportunity to play there 3 times. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that good?
It's just
I've
incredible.
walked the beach underneath that one hole.
Yeah.
That's about it. That's about as close as they'll let
probably
me.
number 8.
Sounds good. All right. Kimberly Pressler standing by on the lanes with the commissioner of the PBA, Tom Clark. Hi, Kimberly.
I sure am. And Tom, you know what? I don't think anybody can deny that the inaugural PBA playoffs has been absolutely amazing to watch. And this crowd right here, you can hear them in the background, has really set the bar for how bowling fans should be everywhere. So what does the future hold for the PBA playoffs?
Oh, thanks, Kimberly. It's incredibly exciting. And what a great finish to the first PBA season on Fox. And to have the first Fox PBA playoffs here at Bayside Bowl was the perfect place to launch this new endeavor. And now I've got even better news for the rest of the country about the 2020 PBA playoffs because of a deal and a partnership now that we have with Bolero. We'll be able to have the first round of the playoffs at a Bolero in California next year. The round of 16 will then be held in Colorado. The round of 8 will be in Texas. And the Final Four, this event that you see here today, will be in New Jersey at North Brunswick Lanes, formerly known as Carolier Lanes, where some of the greatest moments in PBA history have happened. So the Bayside Bowl fans have launched this thing, and now it's going to take off around the country. We're really excited about it.
That is amazing news. Thank you so much for sharing it with us.
All right, guys, exciting news. Sounds like a lot of travel.
I love it. It's great, man.
Take it from coast to coast.
We get to spread this great word,
spread the
this
gospel,
great
man.
sport, spread the gospel all over the United States.
I'd like to know where they're going to be doing it in California. Selfish question. Hey, if not,
Northern Cal.
Stay at my place.
Yeah.
All right. Race to 2 points is on. Point number 1 has already been earned. Chris Prather, 226-215. That means if he wins this match, he's got $100K to go spend in Portland tonight. Started game 1 with a 9 spare. We'll have the chance to do the same here in game 2. Take a look at some of the numbers from our opening game of this championship.
Look at that, 6 of 11 for both players. Left lane, right lane, all about the same, and then the same number of spares. The difference was that Prather was able to string 4 consecutive strikes in a row.
And also able to convert that 3, 4, 6, 7, 10 in the 10th.
I mean, that was huge. Bill O'Neill could only muster 2 doubles. And a lot of that was due to some timing issues, I felt. Some poor shot making was the result. And he's going to start things off on the right lane with a ball change.
Must win this game to force a roll-off. Not how he wanted to start this one. Wow. Oh, boy. Oh, wow, was right.
Well, it looks like he's gone to a stronger ball. He's moved left. And the result is 4-9 pocket split. And it's certainly not the way you want to start, especially when you need a win.
Converted just under 20% of the time on the tours, the 4-9 split. Open frame first. Flow Bowling is the home of PBA's Extra Frame, features live streaming of all Go Bowling, PBA Tour, and PBA 50 Tour events. Next up on Flow Bowling, live coverage of the Suncoast PBA Senior U.S. Open. It begins Monday, June 10th. Get your subscription today by clicking on the Flow Bowling link over on PBA.com. Crowd trying to get behind O'Neill in this must-win second game for Billy O. And a little right of target.
Now, one ball's really strong, and that's the one he threw on the right lane. The one on the left lane looked like it bailed on him. And he's coming off practice that he had prior to the start of this game, and he looks perplexed. He looks confused, and that's never good. He's in trouble, and it's only the second frame.
Open frame and a spare for O'Neill. Prather knows with the win here, he wraps up the inaugural PBA playoffs. Talking with him the other day, his wife, Ashley, is here. They have essentially calculated every dollar of this $100,000 potential payday and where it goes, and a lot of it paying off debt. Really smart move. Student debt, car debt, and then saving. And a strike there in the second gets him a little closer to that payday.
And a ball change for Prather on the right lane. You know, it was interesting when you're talking about how they've already got calculated where each dollar goes. I thought it was interesting that he said they're going to put 35% away in the bank for taxes. I immediately thought to myself, you need a better accountant.
Can you imagine if you and I were his accountant?
You know,
how many bad decisions would be made with his money?
I asked my accountant once, I said, what's 2 + 2? He said, what do you want it to be?
Through the nose is Prather there in the third.
Hated it immediately. It was left of target. And those type of shots there, to me, almost looks like the player is afraid to get it too far to the right. And that's on the hooking lane. So this is just a miss left and a nice break, only leaving, I believe, the 6'10". I can't see it, but let's see it here. Yeah, 6'10".
Taking care of 94% of the time on the tour. Hammered into the pit. So at a minimum, Prather stays clean and isn't able to pull too far away from O'Neal. Open frame and then a spare. Here he is in the third. Through the nose, late drop of the 7 though, makes this manageable, and he is really confused out there.
Well, that was another 2 boards to the left from the last shot, and it hooked even more. Bill O'Neal's in big trouble right now. He has lost his ball reaction, his route to the pocket. It just goes to show you how much Sean Rash helped his look yesterday. With Sean playing so much straighter and staying right of O'Neal, it gave Bill O'Neal a free highway to the pocket.
Oh, the crowd is trying to get behind Billy. And he gets a big spare conversion there. In today's Go Bowling with Randy segment, we got a question from Go Bowling's Facebook page. Andy Luther, do you have any tips that'll help me get back on the lanes after having surgery to my sliding knee, Randy?
Well, I've had 3 knee surgeries from the sport of bowling. It's all about quad strength. Ride the bike. Do those ice skater moves where you put socks on and you slide back and forth. Have you ever seen the quads on a speed skater? That's kind of what you're trying to do. Build the quads up. It'll take the knee pain away.
Finally, a strike for Billy O here in the 4th.
Man, that was rough trying to get that all in during this. And all this excitement and drama that we have. Bill O'Neal comes through on the left lane. And that's the good news. The bad news is he has to bowl on the right lane next.
Right lane has been open frame and then a 7-pin spare.
Yeah, I mean, through the nose in the 3rd, after a little bit high in the 1st.
And the shark starting to think about circling. So smooth, so effortless, so clean, so pure.
You think he's a man-eater? Stick your hand in his mouth and see if he's a man-eater.
No thanks.
What a beautiful shot.
Man, it's textbook type stuff there.
He just makes it look so easy, so balanced, and is just so fluid to the foul line. And then he's got such a great hand and touch. And you can see that great touch there as the 6-pin goes to the sidewall and karate kicks the 10 out of the pit.
It's been his coming out year. Won the Scorpion Championship, finished 4th at the Go Bowling PBA Jonesboro Open. Yeah! And now closing in on the PBA playoff title. It takes two, and he gets a double here. We're going to learn a lot about Bill O'Neill right here. Working off a strike, but struggles on the right lane.
Going back to the other ball. So it got 2 looks. Oh, no. Deflating. You make the change, you execute, and then it's Rob Stone's best friend, the 10-pin. Feel it just slipping away now because the results are not there. Even though that hit the pocket, it didn't strike.
The spare game has been tested here in our second game. Kicks the 10 down. He's going to have a long time to think about his 6th frame. Prather's going to step up, and we're going to take a commercial break. Actually, Bill is going to finish out here in the 6th. Goes back to the left lane where he has his only strike here in our second game. Again, must win this game, Bill O'Neill. Otherwise, Prather takes the payday in the PBA playoffs. Needed that strike, gets the strike in the 6th. Again, though, both on that left lane has got to figure out the right lane ASAP. Right now, though, it's Chris Prather closing in on $100,000 in the first ever PBA playoff championship.
The one-day sale at Joseph A. Bank. Save up to 70% off almost everything. All traveler dress and sports shirts 3 for $99. All suits on sale start
PBA on Fox is sponsored by Go Bowling. For promotional offers, tips to improve your game, news, or to locate a bowling center near you, log on to gobowling.com. Rob Stone, Randy Peterson, Kimberly Pressler, Kyle Troop, Jason Belmonte back at our desk. We're going to hear from them in a moment as we welcome you inside Bayside Bowl here in Portland, Maine. And the shark, Chris Prather, senses the chum in the water and is ready to take a big bite out of a $100,000 payday. He is up 24 pins here in our second game of our race to 2. His effort in the 6th is working off a double. 3 in a row. As nervous, as sweaty, as banged up as Prather was before we kicked this show off, he has brought the temperature down under control, and he has been nothing but ice.
Yeah, well, now he's on autopilot, and he's doing exactly what he's trained himself to do. And he is just repeating, making really good shots, making good decisions. And he's inching his way closer and closer to the big prize. Another strike here, he's up by 44. But I agree with you. I think he's handled this environment and this pressure brilliantly.
Looking for a ham bone. Right of target. And still almost got it.
That's huge. That could have been 2-8-10 easily. The other thing about this whole picture, though, is as O'Neal really hasn't put a lot of pressure on him. You know, Prather has just been kind of cruising along, and
it's only been internal pressure.
Right, absolutely. It's not like he's getting up saying, listen, I need 3 or 4 in a row to get back in this match.
Late kick of the 2 left a lousy 8-pin standing, and it's hammered to where it belongs in the pit. Worthless 8-pin.
Thank you, Rob.
You're welcome, buddy. I always got your back.
I know.
And I appreciate you having my back. If there's a comeback in the books, it starts right here in the 7th.
Has to.
Finally, back-to-back jacks for O'Neal.
One more, he cuts it to 13. I think that Bill O'Neal will have any chance. He's got to strike out. His max score right now is 236. Prather is at 249 if he takes it off the sheet. Beautiful shot there, but O'Neal, I think in his mind right now is thinking, my only shot is to strike out. This will certainly give Chris Prather something to think about if Bill O'Neal strikes on this ball.
And through the nose. Kyle Troop, Jason Belmonte back on our desk. Guys, what are you seeing?
Boys, it's not looking great for William. He hasn't executed the way that he wanted to execute. He hasn't got comfortable. He's made a couple of really good shots that didn't strike, and I think that's just gotten to him. Right now, he needs to find a way that, all right, make this spare. It can all change in a matter of 1 or 2 shots. So Chris still has to step up here and make great shots. But if he doesn't spare this, I'd be pretty confident to say that I think it's over.
Yeah, I think, like you said, trouble. Also, very impressed with Prather, how he's handling himself. Happy Gilmore, find your happy place. Looks like Prather's found it. And now we're in even deeper trouble, Jason.
Left to 9. Open frame in the 8th. That's a dagger, an absolute dagger to the O'Neal camp.
Yep.
Sitting on a 140, and the smile and the look up by Prather tells the story. He's doing some math right now, not only with that payday, but with the pins.
Max score now for Bill O'Neal is just 200. Chris Prather's at 219 right now.
And a max for 200 for Bill O'Neal is so un-Bill O'Neal-like.
Yeah.
Particularly from what we saw from him yesterday. That electric 289, chasing perfection. Could never find that groove today. For a split second, that was a 710.
Easy there, Trigger.
Right. Cool your jets.
It's not over yet. Still have to execute and avoid stuff like that.
I'm not here to jinx anybody. We have seen some single pin spare conversions missed on the tour this season, more than we're used to, and Prather's able to drop that. And we saw that quick little fist bump as soon as he released it. That was an exhale fist bump. I got it. Prather can max at a 238, O'Neal at 200. The lead is at 38. Prather up in the foundation frame ninth. $100,000 payday. Just 2 frames away, potentially, for Chris Prather. O'Neal must rally here in these remaining 2 frames to win this game to force a roll-off. Re-rack asked by Prather.
If Prather strikes on this ball, he just needs good count in the 10th frame.
To go big time. That looked like that was going well right of target. Left the 10.
Well, he makes this. He just still needs good count. Doesn't even need a mark. Boy, did that shot get wide. And again, the 7-pin kind of teasing itself. Good count. He knows it. Looks up at his wife. And Bill O'Neal doesn't strike on this shot. You can hand Chris Prather the check and trophy.
There you go, Billy. Put some pressure on him. I think that's all anybody's asking. Make him earn it.
Well, yesterday we saw Prather foul. Today it was that 5-count split in the 10th frame.
The 3, 4, 6, 7, 10 he converted.
But I think he's probably going to be able to handle a few pins in the 10th frame.
Two in a row. It's maybe a case of too little, too late.
O'Neal strikes out. Prather leads 7 on his first shot, and it's over.
We love Bill is the champ, and good reason to love Bill. 258, and then that magical 289 yesterday in the semifinals.
It's over.
Prather, congratulations, young man. It'll be fun taking that one to the bank, huh?
Yeah.
Hello, Mr. Teller. Here's my $100,000 check. I would like that in ones. Congratulations, Chris Prather.
Yep. Everybody.
Bowl great. Bowl great. Your PBA playoff champ.
He did bowl great.
Consistent, clean, smooth, never really in danger. Go out and enjoy it. Bill O'Neal, what a show he put on over the weekend. But it's Chris Prather with the smile, with the arms raised.
2019 coming out party for that man.
Indeed.
Oh.
We will hear from Prather in just moments. Kimberly and the crew assembling the trophy presentation. Hammers it into the pit.
You guys are awesome! Well, a couple of, how long ago was it when he knocked off the #1 player in the world, and everybody was like, hey, look out for this guy.
He has made a huge statement on the tour this weekend in Portland. Watch out, pros. Chris Prather. The Shark takes the title. Kimberly with the winner.
I'm also joined by the Commissioner and CEO, Tom Clark, with the trophy presentation. Please do the honors.
Awesome performance, Chris. You're a shark, man. $100,000, this beautiful trophy. You're the first PBA playoffs champion on Fox. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. It's all yours.
All right, Chris, let's talk about that smile. It says it all. But literally, you told me a year ago that you were doubting on whether or not that you should be doing this tour full-time. You just won the inaugural PBA playoffs, $100,000 to go with it. What does that say about where you should be?
Never give up. Believe in yourself, and anything's possible. I'd never dreamed that I'd be in this position, and here I am. They're chanting my name, and it's absolutely incredible.
It has got to feel good to hear them chanting your name. Is this something that you've always dreamed about?
Oh yeah, this is a dream come true. I have always wanted to make bowling a career, and now I have, and I believe I've proved myself.
Now let's talk about the fact that you just won $100,000, and you have credited your wife, Ashley, for being your rock. What does this win and this money mean for you and her?
Honestly, it validates her belief in me a little bit, and I think I'm going to be able to travel with her a little bit more, and I hope she knows how much I love her and appreciate her believing in me.
Now, can we just talk about the match for a little bit here? Because there was a lot said about your nerves, but you seem to push that aside, and you had that huge split conversion in that first match.
Yeah, honestly, coming in, I told myself, no matter what happens, I'm making a lot of money, and I can't be disappointed making $40,000 or $100,000. You know, it's a lot of money, but just being here in this environment is incredible, and I will remember this day for the rest of my life.
Well, before you walk away from today, you have one more thing to claim the PBA playoffs. You need to go right over to that board and sign your name.
Yeah, I do.
For the last time here at the PBA playoffs, one of the pros is going to put pen to paper. The Shark is your champion. Chris Prather wins the inaugural PBA playoffs. Rob Stone, Randy Peterson, Jason Belmonte, Kyle Troop back on the set with you. And a little go Lumberjacks, a shout out to his PBA League team, which will be right back here at the Bayside Bowl. Coverage on FS1 beginning Tuesday, July 16th through the 18th. Belmo, Kyle, what does this win mean for Prather going forward on the PBA Tour?
I think this is going to mean everything to him. I think we're going to see Chris Prather bowl incredible every time he gets on TV. This match was the most nervous he's ever been. He conquered those nerves. Every match after this will be easier for him.
And for me, I think we're in trouble, Jason. I mean, you are the best bowler on the planet right now, but Chris is looking pretty hot. He's got $100,000 in his pocket. I don't want to bowl against him anytime soon. Congrats to Chris.
The tour rep for Chris Prather said that Chris is the best player on their staff that uses his thumb. Pretty good accolades there.
And how good of a job did Tim Mack, his tour rep, do in calming down Prather in the lead up to this one? He was all nerves, but boy, he handled it with icy steel composure today in Portland. Chris Prather won his first tour title earlier this season, and now he's kissing hardware again, and he's cashing in $100,000 as well. Make sure to join us for our next PBA telecast live July 16th, 7 Eastern over on FS1 when the PBA League kicks off. 8 teams comprised of the PBA's biggest stars compete to capture the coveted Elias Cup trophy. And coming up next here on Fox, it is final round coverage of the U.S. Open Women's Golf Championship coming your way from Charleston, South Carolina. Loaded, top-heavy field there. Looking forward to golf, but in the end, Chris Prather raises the hardware at the inaugural PBA playoffs here in Portland.
Huge mistake.
Kevin Harvick.